everybody, welcome back to Real Good Pilates. I'm Michelle, and today I have for you a super quick full body Pilates reformer workout. So even if you're short on time, this will be a great way to get your workout in for the day. So we're going to start on 2 red springs on. We're going to lay down on your backs. And you're going to place your heels on the bar, hip bone distance apart. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Get nice and neutral through your low back. And then I just want you to take a breath in and let your arms fall open apart from each other to a T. They can droop to the floor, get a little chest stretch. And then breathe out and bring the arms back over your shoulders. And then again, inhale to open. Exhale to close. Good. So you decide how far you want to let those hands fall. Feel like you're trying to lengthen them out, like you could touch either wall. Good. Let's do that one more time. Feel the opposition of your ribs drawing slightly down as the arms open. Good. Now reach your arms up to the ceiling. Lift your right leg up to tabletop. Stay connected through your abdominals. And you're just going to spin that leg in nice tiny little spirals, like you're stirring a pot up inside of the hip. So just allowing that little circulation of the leg. Good. So the heel that's on the foot bar is really digging down, and the core is staying nice and strong so that the rest of the body isn't wobbling. And then let's go the other direction. If you can't stay stable, feel free to grab your shoulder rests, and that will help to kind of ground you a little bit. Yeah, so keep it small. It probably can't be a very large circle if you're going to truly stay still in your upper body. All right, now let's do the opposite leg. Lift it up, shin stays level with the floor, and we allow that hip to spin. Very good. Feel heavy on the backs of the shoulders. This grounded knee, that one's going to like to wobble around if we're not really secure. Now go the other way. Good. So we're just waking up our abdominals and loosening up through the hips. All right, now I want you to lift both legs up to tabletop, grab onto the sides of your shoulder rests, and tuck under to an imprinted spine. Take a breath in. I want you to push into the sides of your shoulder rests with your hands and drift your knees off to the side, and then exhale, come back to center. And then go the other way. So I tip my tabletop off of my midline, and then I use the push of my hand into the shoulder rest and my obliques to come back. Yeah, so some good work through the waistline, and then return. If you have handlebars behind your shoulder rests, you're welcome to hold those if that makes you feel secure. Good. Try to keep your back shoulder down. Get a nice deep twist. Very good. All right, now tip your legs to the right, and I want you to also straighten your left leg. Leave your knees touching, and then come back to the middle. Now other side, tip to the left, your top leg gets straight, and then you return. Yeah, so if I go right, it's my left leg that reaches. Very good. So pretend like you have a piece of paper between your knees. You're not going to drop that. You're just getting a little extra length through the lever, reaching that foot. Very good. All right, now let's do a double leg reach. Leave the knees connected and reach both legs to straight, and then return. Good. Tip, and then back. So we're inhaling as we rock and reach, exhaling to come back. So good, you guys. Keep that tucked under feeling in your low back, and don't let your pelvis fully come off of the carriage. You're just shifting the weight more to the bottom side. Very good. Let's do 2 more. Reach and in. Last one. Ooh, very good. All right, now reach your legs straight up to the ceiling. I almost said arms. These are our legs. Legs up. Okay, grip on. You can either keep holding onto the shoulder rest, or you can just hold the back edge of your carriage. I kind of like that. It feels more secure. Now I want you just to lower both legs forward and then up. Lower and then lift. Good. Keeping a grip with the hands. And the foot bar is up, so it's not going to be a massive drop of the legs. All right, now you're welcome to stick with this, or we're going to go into a rollover. So once the legs lift, you're going to breathe out and articulate the spine off the mat, pulling with your arms if needed. And then we're going to reverse that. Use your arms as kind of the brakes to slow you down, and then lower the legs. And then we do that again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, draw the abs back to push up and over. And then we roll back down through center and return. Yes, and this does not have to be a full rollover. You're welcome just to get even your lumbar spine off the mat and do little small curls. That would build you up into the full exercise. So listen to your body. You can also just stick with the lower and lifts. Very nice. We'll just do this 2 more times. You guys really smooth out the roll up and the roll down. That's it. You should see your feet staying centered with your nose. Whew, very nice. Okay, and then go ahead and rest your feet down. Whew. Okay, our abs should be nice and kind of turned on and ready to go now. So place the heels on. You can have your head rest flat. Arms by your sides. We're going to take a couple of hip rolls. So tucking your tailbone under, peel your spine off 1 vertebrae at a time. Good. Hold your bridge at the top and then soften to roll down. Very good. So we inhale as we hit the bottom. Exhale to scoop and roll, shifting the knees over the toes. Inhale to pause. And then exhale, melt through the spine and lower. Good. Couple more times. Make sure that the knees aren't buckling in or out. They're driving straight over your second toe. Very good. Now on these 2 red springs, that's not very heavy of tension. So the backs of our legs are having to really work to not let our carriage move. That's it. Good. All right, let's do this 2 more times, and then we're going to shake it up a little bit. So maybe adding a tiny extra opening of the hips, as long as the ribs can stay closed. All right, now pause at the top, float your right leg to tabletop, and roll down through the center of your spine. And then at the bottom, set the foot down. And then we'll do the other side, alternating feet. Roll up. Bring your new leg to tabletop and then roll through the center, even though our legs are not doing the same thing. Good. Couple more times. Scoop the tail. So we're going up on 2 legs, down on 1 leg. Yes, we get a little extra support on the way up, and then we're challenging that lengthening phase as we come down by just using the 1 foot. So good, you guys. Couple more. Make sure when the foot leaves the bar, your pelvis doesn't shift. So good. All right, let's do 1 more time. Very, very nice. Okay, now place both feet on, roll up into your bridge and stay there. And we're going to do a couple of leg presses with the hips elevated. So I breathe in and push the carriage out. Exhale to pull in. Very nice. So just kind of finding your rhythm. It's a lot more work on the return with these light springs. Good. So your hips will lower slightly when you push out and then lift them up to your highest bridge to return. Good. And then start finding your rhythm. You can speed it up a little bit. Good. Push into the backs of the arms for 3, for 2. On your last one, come all the way in, lift a little higher, and then melt the spine to the mat. Oh, very good. Okay, now piggybacking off those tabletop lifts we did a minute ago, we're going to try this on a single leg. All right, if it's too much, you can lower the hips or go back to the 2-footed version that we just did. So let's roll up to our bridge and hold. Lift 1 leg to tabletop. Now straighten and bend our supporting leg. Now it's going to feel a lot heavier on that pushing leg. That's it. So think high hips on the return, maybe a little lower on the push out. We lift and lower and just stabilize that tabletop leg. Do 2 more. And then last one, come in and switch legs, and let's go right away to the other side. So new leg is up, nice high bridge, and then we push and pull. Push and pull. That's it. Good. Leaving that pelvis level side to side is not easy. Last 2. Last 1. Come in and set the heel down, lift up even higher, and then roll to the mat. Ooh, very good. Okay, roll to your side. Come on up. Let's go down to just a single red spring. If this feels too heavy, go down to something lighter, like maybe a blue. Being on the red is definitely challenging, so we're not going to do tons of repetitions. So we're going to kneel down, put your knees against the shoulder rests, and then bring your hands back to the rails. All right, you're going to place your hands down. You want to shift your shoulders forward over your hands so your hip joint is slightly open, okay? Now the shoulders are over the wrists. They're going to try to stay there, which is a lot of work for your arms. We're going to move the knees in to move the carriage, and then we return. So I'm flexing my hips and knees to bring the carriage to my hands, and then we return. If it's too hard, move the hands back slightly. You'll have a smaller range of motion, but a decreased spring tension. Yes, or like we talked about, change up the resistance from below by going lighter on your spring color. Good, let's do this 2 more times. Draw the ribs up. And last one, maybe that was 3, I don't know, good. Okay, next we're gonna add a flexion of the spine when we pull the knees under us. So bring the hands back, long spine to start with, more weight in the hands than the legs. Here we go, still pulling from the lower body, adding the flex, and then lengthen. Good, exhale, that gets a lot more into those abdominals as we add the curl. So good, and that red spring is no joke. Curl, and then release. So good, come back to neutral every time. Can rest against the stopper to kind of reset and go again. 2 more, pull and release. So much harder than it looks. Pull and then release. Oh, very good. Oh, that red spring is serious. Okay, next we're gonna move both hands to the left rail. You can hold however you like, whatever gives you a good grip. I've kind of got one hand stacked ahead of the other. Okay, so my upper body is kind of rotated to the side. My lower body is still square. By being off center, we get a little more oblique work on our single side. So keep your back straight, just like before, and pull with your legs, and then return. Good. So if your hands are over on the left rail, you're going to feel a little added work for the left side of the obliques, your QL, all that kind of left side of your waistline. Good. Breathe out and pull. So good. 2 more, and then we'll pause. Last one. Whew, so good. Okay, we're going to add the flexion to that and then do the other side. So here we go. Ready? Move yourself back. Same side. Long spine to start with. Now round your back as the carriage moves. And then lengthen. Good. Exhale. And then inhale. Take your time. Pull. And then release. Try not to sit your hips too close towards your heels. Let's just do 2 more. And last one. Okay, very nice. Good stuff. All right. Other side. Let's get it over with. It's not going to get any easier. So here we go. New side. Maybe stack your opposite hand as the high one. Okay, hips are pretty open. And then we pull from the legs. And then release. Good. So the shoulders and the arms, they are the stabilizers. Yes, they're keeping the shoulders over the hands. Good. Lower body's the mover. 2 more. And last one. Okay, rest. Okay, so close. All right, add the flexion and then we'll be done with these. So here we go. Back to your hands. Shift off to that far side and then we flex and lengthen. Good. Lower body drives and then up. So good. Try to round like you're trying to place your back up on the ceiling. So difficult. Okay, last two, you guys. This is not an easy one to talk through. Last one. Okay, rest. Wow, I haven't done those on a red spring in a while, so that was humbling. Very good job. Okay, next you can keep your one red spring. We're gonna sit down and have your straps handy. We're gonna sit back. I'm gonna sit crisscross. You're welcome to sit however is comfortable for you. And then we're gonna grab the straps and hold them in our hands. You're gonna cross them one over the other so that you're holding opposite sides, and then reach your arms out. The higher up you hold, the heavier it'll be. Okay, rock your weight so your ribs are over your hips, and then start rowing out wide with the elbows. Good, so we're gonna exhale on the bend, inhale on the return. That's it. Okay, so really connecting to the back of the shoulder. We're not trying to smash the shoulder blades in on each other, but rather just stay kind of wide and stable against that movement of the arms. Good. Let's do this 2 more times. Elbows way out to the sides. Good. Now pause with the arms front and let's do one arm at a time. So it's twice as heavy and then we return. Pull and then reach. So not allowing the spine to rotate yet. That will come next. Yes. Adding rotation works the abdominals, but actually not allowing them to rotate is also working them. Yeah, so we're avoiding the rotation. So those obliques are still working, just a little differently. All right, now let's add the twist. You're gonna rotate with the bending arm and then return. The opposite arm tries to reach even further forward, almost like you're drawing a bow and arrow. That's it. Good, take your eyes with you. Good, you guys, let's do 4 more. 3, good, getting that nice movement in the upper back. Last one. Ah, very good. Okay, turn your palms upwards. If you need to change your grip, you can. Elbows come in tight. We're gonna externally rotate the fists and the forearms open and close. And this is probably not gonna be a very big movement. If it feels too heavy, slide lower down with your grip. Good, so you're leading out with your thumbs. Almost pretend like you have newspapers tucked under both elbows. So you don't drop the newspapers, you just take the fists wide. So good, feel right at the back of that shoulder working for 3. Get taller, 2. And last one. Whew. Very nicely done. Okay, sit tall and we're gonna take some bicep curls. So palms to the ceiling and curl the knuckles to shoulders. Good. So sitting tall with a nice straight spine. Good. The hardest thing when we do these with a flat back is to avoid the temptation to pitch ourselves backwards. So pretend like your back is up against a wall and it just stays throughout. Good. Elbows closer to your ribs is easier. Elbows higher from the ribs is harder. Very good. Let's do 3 more. Last 2. And last one. Ah, very good. Okay, set your straps down. We are gonna finish out staying on this same spring. And we're gonna go into some fun stuff using the foot bar. So place your hands on the bar, feet against the shoulder rests, and we're gonna come up into a plank. If you need to modify, you're gonna do this with your knees down. So find your plank, wherever that is to you, shoulders over hands. And now we're just gonna start sawing the carriage out and in. So exhale to push, inhale to return. You could reverse the breath if that works for you. Good. That's it. So challenging ourselves to see how far we can push the carriage back without letting our hips lift. So keeping this long dart position. Good. Let's do this 3 more times. Last 2. Now push the carriage out and hold. Keep the shoulders as is. Pike the hips up. So you almost come into an elephant position. Now open the hips, send the shoulders forward, come back to your plank. And we do that again. Push away. We pull the feet under and pike the hips. Now shift forward and the carriage will have to move back slightly to allow you to plank. And then again, 1 we push, 2 we pike, and then 3 we open back to that long line. Good, couple more. We almost get a little break when our feet come under us. Reset to the plank. Very good, you guys. And you can just leave your back long and flat, focusing on the hip and shoulder movement. Good. Now let's come to our plank and we're going to reverse. So we pike first, then we push out to this long kind of Superman position, pull the shoulders over hands, and return to the pike. Good. We push long and open, pull forward, pike the hips. Good. Couple more. Back. This one's a confusing one, so might be a good one to revisit. Open, pull to plank, pike. All right, 2 more. Superman, plank, pike. Last one. Oh, so good. All right, come down to your knees. Sit your hips over your heels and drop your chest to the floor. Oh, and just take a couple breaths here. Good. Move both hands to the right corner of your foot bar. You can kind of wrap your right hand like around the side of the foot bar and then just push away and see if you can get an extra stretch under your right shoulder and lat. Kind of opening up under that top arm. Good. And then on the other side, same thing. Move over, wrap the left hand around the side of the foot bar, right hand to the corner. You can even try to look under this arm to find that stretch. Kind of shift around till you find it. Whew. Very good, you guys. With that, we are all done with our super quick and fun Pilates Reformer workout. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave it a like down below. Leave me a comment if you have any feedback or requests for future videos. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of my workouts, and please share this video with a friend. And I will see you next time. Bye!